What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I know you're having a great day. Bad day. I sold my 2008 Lancer, Mitsubishi EVO Lancer 10, my EVO 10. All-wheel drive, really fast, cheapest one in the world. I sold it. Just right up the gate, it's already gone. So this video is gonna be why did I sell it, and what I currently have still and where we're gonna go. So I bought that car, got it for a really good deal. It was cheap, it was 8,000 bucks. I bought it from my hometown. How crazy is that? Come to find out, when I bought it, on the way home, it was driving. It was okay. I knew that the third gear grinded when I bought it. Like, I knew that was part of the deal. I knew that the paint wasn't in the best condition. But what I didn't know is that it had an oil leak, a transmission fluid leak, and the T-case oil didn't have a drain plug on it. So when I was driving home, it was like smoking, and I didn't know what it was coming from. I couldn't figure it out. So I looked around, and it had oil, and all the 4B11T was fine. It was good, but I couldn't find it out. And then when I brought it home, there was no drain plug on, or a fill plug on the T-case. So I took the drain plug off. There was like a tiny bit of fluid in the T-case. So ended up filling up the T-case. Then as I poked around a little bit more, it was missing the rear motor mount bracket. So when he put he did a brand new clutch on it, or he paid someone to do it. But when he put it back on, they never put the bracket back on. So there's their front motor mount and both side motor mounts, but no rear motor mount. So when you give it heavy acceleration, the whole chassis would shift, the powertrain would. And then I figured it out why. So I ended up buying a bracket with the bolt, and I installed that, put it on there so that the motor wouldn't be twisting. That was good. And then I added an oil change. I did the front mount intercooler. I did all the videos on it. I made it look really way cleaner than what it was. Removed a bunch of crap on it. Put like OEM hood vents back on it. The OEM side vents on it, and then I even put a new steering wheel on it because the steering wheel was so rotted on it. It was so bad. Those steering wheels, the leather ones, seem to always be good, but that one was shot. So I showed you guys how to do that. I had a whole bunch of car parts I was gonna put on it. I sold them all. They're all gone now. But I just looked at the car, and what it was I found that the main seal was leaking oil from when he put the clutch in. And so that means no matter what, the transmission was gonna have to come out. And I knew that already, but I didn't want to do a clutch, which it already had, but it could have been eaten with their oil on there, then a main seal, then a transmission rebuild or find a new 5-speed. Then the T-case could have gone out because it had oil in it, but the plug was gone. Same thing that happened with the last time I bought my EVO 9 MR, literally the same thing happened. If you watch the video, the 5th gear and 6th gear ground out. It came out of the gears. It was ruined. They're shot. And then when I brought it to English Racing, it was missing the drain plug, fill plug or drain plug, one of them. I think it was the fill plug. It was missing the fill plug. So they didn't tighten it down. Crazy. These people are crazy. And therefore it spewed out all the transmission fluid, and it got hot, and then it ruined the gears. That's literally what happened. So I ended up having to find a used 6-speed, but I got a really good deal on it. That was 900 bucks for that one when I put that on my MR. And so it's just like people aren't taking care of their cars when I'm buying them, I guess. I don't know. You guys people are crazy to sell a car like that. Like, anyways, no motor mount? Like, what? So I fixed it up pretty well, waxed it, I did all the parts on it. You guys can go watch all the videos I just did. New plugs, spark plugs, oil. I topped off the transmission, I topped off the T-case, did everything on it, and then someone bought it, and they already owned a Mitsubishi, I heard. So they're gonna use it on a project car, perfect project car. I made a little bit of money on it, but not much at all. And to be honest, I had to pay sales tax on it, so I probably lost money. Sales tax is so expensive in Washington State, it sucks. So I worked really hard on that car to get it to like an aesthetic looking Evo, but it still needed a whole paint job. And then the rear bumper definitely needed a paint job. And then overall, I just looked at the car and I was like, I already own this car. And if I do all this stuff and put all this money into it and put all this work into it, because I didn't really want to do the transmission, I was just kind of tired. What's funny is because we're going to be doing a transmission on this car. I was just kind of tired of it. I was like, I don't really want to do it. It would have still been a car that I had. So lots of cons. That's the reason why. Here are some pros though. That was actually my third Evo that I had, and I love Evos. Here's the pro. I never had an Evo that was that fast. I think it was even over boosting. It was so fast. It didn't have a air to fuel ratio on it, but it was making 26 pounds, or sometimes 28 pounds of boost, which is a ton of boost. I think they're rated for like, they stop factory, they come from like 22 and then they taper down to like 19 or 18. So 4 more pounds of boost, maybe even 6 more pounds of boost at times. It was so fast. Literally, it was smoking everything. I couldn't believe how fast it was. But the second to third gear would grind it wouldn't work. So you'd have to do third to 4. But 3 to 4, it was so fast. The screamer pipe with the MAP exhaust manifold, oh my gosh. I cannot believe it generated that much power. It was an absolute ripper machine of a car. The guy that sold it to me said that he had it tuned, but he didn't know, but it was about 450 wheel, which I didn't know, because I thought my other Evo was that, but then I got it dynoed and it was only like, I think it was like 332 wheel. So this had 120 more horsepower wheel. Holy smokes. It was so fast. But I did put it up for sale, and then the icing on the cake was I was driving it one day, and the back and forth to work, the exhaust manifold to the turbo housing, there's the little gasket there, had a leak, and it smelled like gas, and I was like, I'm so tired of this. So I knew that was going to be another thing too. I was going to have to take the turbo off and then put that new gasket in there. So that was just like the nail in the coffin for me. So I just put it up for sale. Clean title, it was a good car, 5-speed with the grinding third. So whoever got it, that guy that got it, he's gonna enjoy it. It's a perfect project car, and it was a project car for me, but I really did bring it back up into a better condition in my opinion. But I sold it. I just felt like it's just, it was gonna need a paint job, and that could have been $3,000, $4,000, $4,000. And then one other thing is that it did come with an AYC, and I was gonna install the AYC for YouTube to show you guys how to. And again, I just never got around to it. And also on the AYC, you usually should have like Mitsubishi bleed it for you. And I just didn't want to do that. I have to work on my own thing. So we sold that car. I don't have any more Evos right now. If I were to buy another Evo, it would be a 2006 Evo 9 MR. The Blink-182 car is what my wife calls it. The Evo 10 is so good and so fast, but the Evo 9 is very more beautiful in my opinion, and I just lust after them. They look really good. So again, and they're $40,000 cars. Evo 10s are like $25,000, $30,000, $40,000 cars now too. They're not 40,000, but like 25. They're really expensive. All those Evos are so expensive because they're so awesome. But so what we're gonna do now, since I don't have an Evo, we'll go over. I don't have all my fleet here, but we have my Toyota Scion FRS 2014 with the 5-axis kit on it, which I love this car. I don't drive it, my wife does. I just obsessed with it. I love it. It's so good. I bought it with 90,000 miles on it. It now has like 110,000 miles on it, and it was slipping. The clutch was slipping when we bought it. It's still slipping. So we're gonna be installing a new clutch right here. I can't remember the brand of this. A new flywheel throwout bearing. I'm gonna show you guys how to do that. I'm very excited. It's gonna be a lot of work. And I honestly, to do this myself will probably save me, man, like at least $2,500 because people are charging a lot for it. So we're gonna do a clutch that'll be next. We got the turboed CELICA GTS back over here. We just did a bunch of videos on it. You guys love it. It's always my #1 video when I put it out. I'm daily driving it. That's why it's in the rain and all sad. But it needs an oxygen sensor. It has new plugs, has new fuel pump, oil change. It just needs a new oxygen sensor because I burnt it out. I got the V8 Tundra over there, and I just got a comment recently that someone wants an update on that. I can do an update on that. And then I have my 2006 naturally aspirated NA LOTUS EXIGE, which needs a supercharger. That'd be good. And then my main goal for 2025 is gonna be to get the GTR Godzilla. And so if I get Godzilla, I may sell one of these, or I might just keep them all. I'm definitely keeping my LOTUS EXIGE forever. It's just my forever car. It's It's too beautiful. It's like my little trophy. It's just a trophy car. It's not the fastest, obviously, but it's definitely an experience, and it'll always be worth a lot and always go up in value. So, and it's really hard to find one. The red one that I want, and I wish it was supercharged, but the price would have been almost twice as much as what I paid for the EXIGE. So that's the lineup. No more EVO 10. I'm okay without having an EVO 10 right now. That car just came up, and the guy, I lowballed him and he accepted the offer, so I bought it. It wasn't really intentional, and every time I drove it, it was really, really fast, but I always forgot how many issues it had. It just felt like it constantly had. I mean, one of the comments on when I bought it was like, it's a good deal, but you're gonna have to pay 2 to 3 times as much into it to get it fixed. So I put a lot of money into it and a lot of effort into it. To get it, I thought much better. I thought it looked really good on my last video. And you guys look at that. I love that front mount intercooler too. I thought it looked overall a lot better than when I got it. Much more decent. But now we're just down to the FRS, CELICA GTS turboed, and then of course my LOTUS EXIGE, and then the Tundra. So I do need a big horsepower car, which is a GTR. I'm also kind of looking at Porsches and things like that. So I'll be interested if you guys will be interested in looking at some Porsches, of course black and red. Also, if they have the new CELICA that comes out in this year or the next year, or the new MR2, I'd look into that too as well. Maybe we're one of the first YouTubers that have those cars. I'd love to be one of those guys. So make sure to like, subscribe, swing my website, MitchBishop.com. If you're interested in EVO content, I have a whole huge section of like 50 EVO videos. Go check them all out. They're all really good. That EVO 9 that I had, the MR, so good. The EVO 10 was pretty good. It had a lot of cool parts on it, but that EVO 9 MR, that was the ticket. Like, subscribe, swing by MitchBishop.com. See you guys in the next video.